Hi beauties, it's Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper, and these photos come from one of our youngest little beauties, and her name is Aerith, and it gave me such inspiration to create my own artwork. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go ahead and first just start with an 8x10 canvas, and I'm going to take this Jane Davenport pen. It's a paint pen, and it writes over everything, so I absolutely love it. So I recently redid my bathroom, and it says Dreamer on the curtain, and so I wanted to make a little piece that goes with it. And so I just took these Jane Davenport pens and wrote out the words dream with action, because for me, if I don't do the action, it just remains a dream. So that is something that I like to do, and put my dreams into action and make my dreams a reality. So I'm just going ahead and adding a little bit of character by fattening up the sides there with the Jane Davenport pen. Then I'm just going to take some white and black acrylic paint. I'm going to mix those together to make a gray. And the reason I want it to be gray is because there is some gray in my bathroom. It's a kind of a mint gray kind of theme, but I wanted to add a little bit of color, and I just loved that pink, that pop of pink that Aerith did. So I'll be doing some of that, and the ending I think came out really good. But first let's start off, and all I'm doing is taking a sponge and sponging the top and the bottom, and I'm literally just doing some mixed media here, and I don't really have any plan other than to use some nice bright colors, trying to make a teal with some green and some cerulean blue there, and it came out really nice. Unfortunately, I can't replicate it. I add some green and blue and white there, and I'm just coming up with this color that really I liked. I liked it so much I wanted to make sure I stuck it on with the end of my brush there so that I can get as much as I needed. And then I'm just going to again sponge this on, and let's see here. This is kind of a little bit of voiceover, and I normally don't do voiceovers, but this took about an hour or so to do. Maybe even a little longer, but so I needed to speed it up for you. Alright, so I'm just adding some more blue there just to brighten it up and pop and go with that dream with action wording there. And I thought I wanted to keep, it white, and then I realized, no, I need to go in a little bit more. So I started going in a little bit more, and then now I'm going to add some more white around and just kind of rubbing it in. The fun part about mixed media for me is you get to get dirty. I love getting my hands all inky and dirty, and you always know where I've been if you look at my hands. What I've been doing, I just can't hide it. So, alright, so I've lightened that up a little bit. Now I'm going to just take a black Sharpie, and I'm going to outline the words because I want it to just stand out a little bit more. So I'm outlining all the lines, and they are thin lines, so it gives it a little bit more depth by doing that. So this takes a little bit of time. This is actually sped up by 3 times, so imagine how slow it was. And I always have to turn when I'm writing. I just have the hardest time if I don't turn my canvas or page or whatever I'm doing at the time. So if you've seen my videos for any length of time, you know that I just turn my papers and canvas and cards and everything, whichever way makes me feel most comfortable. So sorry if it is hard for you to look at sometimes, but let's go ahead and just finish this one up. And you can still see it, but I do want to just go back in and add some more of this paint. And I love these Jane Davenport pens because it will paint right over. I mean, I could go right over the black Sharpie if I wanted to, but I'm just going to darken these up a little bit more, and then we're going to go ahead and move along. I've got so many things I grabbed. This is some texture paste that I'm going to be using. This right here, beautiful. They're Heidi Swap texture paste. It's got some glimmer to it, and those colors go really well. So now I'm just going through my stencils to see what I want. I found the nice chevron here. I'm going to take that teal texture paste, and right now I'm running off to find my spatula. So I just rub that, not even rub, I just threw that texture paste down, and now I'm spreading it in the corners, kind of around, and I don't want it to go on the words, of course. Once I lift that, now I've got a nice little lifted, kind of embossed canvas there. And I clean off the spatula because I don't want to get just random pieces of texture paste everywhere. So the nice thing about the acrylic paints on the canvas is it dries really fast. So I can just go ahead and texture right over it. It's already dry. The texture paste does need a little bit of time to dry, but it's not too long, so that's good. Alright, so I'm adding some more texture down at the bottom and cleaning that off and cleaning any sides off that I just don't want there. Now I'm cleaning this off just because it's hard to get off after it's dried. So I got most of it off, and then later on I'll go clean those off while the texture is drying. But first we're going to add a little bit more texture, and the next texture is going to be with a grit, and this is kind of like, it's not really a filigree, but kind of. So this little guy here that I'm using, I don't remember the name, it's Art something, but it's like a grit, so it does add texture, and it's black and very gritty, and I absolutely love the texture that it gives. It's almost like a rough sandpaper, or like the stuff that they put on stairs so you don't slip. That's what it feels like. So I really like it, and it's really easy to use. Look at how pretty that was. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. This is a sticky stencil, so I'm just sticking it to myself since the other texture paste isn't dry yet. And I'm going to just paste this on the same way. It's very easy. You just wipe it right across the stencil, and then when you lift that stencil, you have a nice lifted textured canvas. This can be used on cards or anything you want to texture like that. So I'm going to clean that off really good because it does not come off again once it's dry. I've used it before without cleaning, and you saw that it lasted on there. So now I'm just going through an old Webster's dictionary, found the word dream, and I'm going to cut that out. And I want the ends to be kind of textured, so I'm just tearing it off and giving it a rough tear. Now I'm going to put a little bit of Mod Podge, and I decided to go with a brush rather than the foam. I just like the way the brush goes on a little bit easier. So that is all I need to do, and just put the Mod Podge, put the paper down, and then put some Mod Podge over it. Now I'm looking for the word action, and I found that there. And I'm going to do the same thing. Put a little bit of that Mod Podge down, stick the paper on, and more Mod Podge, and you're good to go. Now I noticed there was this beautiful little dragonfly on the back side of the dream word, and I said, I'm just going to add him as well. I thought he was cute, and I think we can just stick him up in the top over there, and he would look really adorable there. And that's what I did. So now I'm just putting the top coat over, adding a little bit more to the others, just to give it a nice, so it doesn't lift off. So, all right. Now, I'm moving everything out of the way. I want to add some mica flakes. So I'm just going to take the Mod Podge and put it in the corners, right over the textured paste, because that has dried already. And I'm taking out my little bag, and this is just glitter colored mica flakes, and I'm just adding it, and that's going to give me some sparkle on there. So I'm just going to leave that there for just a bit while the Mod Podge dries. And I've got this. It's supposed to go in bottle caps, but I just want to use it as a sticker. It's got a little raised clock, which for me, when you dream in action, you want to make sure you're doing it in a timely manner, so that's why I added the clock. Now I'm just taking some enamel dots that are a teal and a blue, and I'm adding those. I got those from Stampin' Up. I love the enamel dots and the enamel shapes. They're just so adorable. So we're adding more and more and more, and really that's all I'm doing is I'm finding different pieces and adding. So this next part, now I'm going to take off the mica flakes that didn't stick, and as you can see in the corners there's still mica flakes stuck on there. So I'm looking for different pieces. They're just metal pieces, metal shapes, seeing what really has a dream sequence kind of to it. So I got a feather, I got a leaf, I got the key to opening your dreams, I've got some glasses so you can have a vision. I tried that little bow, I didn't like it, so I did not use it at all. And I think that is enough. So now I'm just going to take some glue and just start adhering those to where I think they are. So I love the glasses for the vision. The leaf would be for turning over a new leaf. The key is so you can unlock your abilities to put your dreams into action. The feather, I just always think about very dreamy like. And then over in the corner, which I forgot to put down with glue, is the word love. And I just want to make sure that when I do dream with action, that I love what I'm going to turn my dreams into. So I'm just now adding a little bit of detail with some lines and dots along the way, just to give a little bit more character to the wording, because I've now realized I'm going to be adding a lot more stuff, and I want to have a little bit more bringing my eye to the wording. So I really did not like all the white there. So, oh, look, I found that I didn't put the word love down. So I put that there. And anyways, I didn't like the white, so I'm wanting to add a little bit more color. So I'm using here some Heidi Swap, and I'm going to be coloring the sides. And it's supposed to give like a little zinc look, but I didn't find it to really do that. It was kind of gray, which was perfect so that I could add to the center, which you'll see I'll do that soon. So just going all the way around the sides, and then I'm going to add some right onto those little pieces, and if they came off I just added more glue, stuck it down again. And it's been 24 hours since I finished the actual art piece, and none of the pieces have fallen off. So it did take a couple times gluing, But anyways, the pieces, I'm just adding some of that silver gray color to the pieces and little bits here and there to kind of give it a, what would it be, like a collage look, because I've now decided that I'm going to go with a collage look, and I'm going to get rid of some of that white in the middle. So I'm just going to start adding some colors here. Adding some black, real dry brush look there to the sides. And this is again supposed to give it a zinc. It's from Heidi Swapp. For me, maybe I wasn't doing it right, but I didn't really like the outcome of it. So you'll see later I go back over it again. Now I'm using this copper wax just to see how it looks and give it some more of that collage look. Just adding a little bit of, not texture per se, but color. And I just love that copper look with that teal color. It gives it a little bit of like patina kind of look there. So now I'm adding, since I had that black and silver, I'm adding some white to make some gray so I could color in that white area, and you'll see I do that next. And I'm using my hand just to, because I don't want it to be completely just all tons of paint. So I'm adding the gray in there, and I'm adding it here, there, and around, going over the textured area. So, and now I'm gonna go over the back again, or I'm sorry, the sides again, because I really did not care for that zinc per se look. I didn't think it gave a zinc look at all. So I'm gonna kind of go over and create a little bit of a border in that silver gray color. And you'll see I'm just kind of giving it a vignette around the borders. So now I saw the gray and I said, okay, I need to add some more, and I remembered back to what little Aerith had done, and I said, okay, I need to add more color. So I got some more blue and green, and this is I didn't add white to it, so it's more of a darker blue and green, kind of to go with like the purpley colors that she had. I wanted to have some dark around it. So I'm just going to take that off, put it on my finger, and kind of brush it on here and there, getting rid of some of the white, and then pulling it around to some of the other places that I've already done, because I don't want to just have green right in the center. So I put a little bit here, a little bit there. Now I'm going with, this is the textured paste, and this is in a blue color. Again, it was by Heidi Swapp, and even though it's textured paste, I'm just brushing it on as if it were acrylic paint, and it dries just as well. So if you ever need some type of acrylic paint and dries quick, you can use that. So now I'm just taking my Tim Holtz little alpha words and putting some words down, and that one says, "You're never too old to start a new dream." So I'm just looking at some of the words, and they say hope, and what else did I put down there? And inspire, action, I think. I put all kinds of just words that go with the theme here. And now I'm looking for the word dream, because I know I saw it. There it is. And I made sure to stick that word dream on there. So I've got that down, and it is white, but I'm going to color it, but first I want to protect it with some Mod Podge there. So I'm just putting those down. The back did have sticker, so I didn't put the Mod Podge. I put the sticker and then covered it in the Mod Podge, and I'll do that a couple times to get a nice thick coat so it doesn't fall off. So it's all starting to come together, and I need to make sure I add some more of those colors just to really blend everything together. This is a sparkle there, and I'm just putting it around to give it a little sparkle throughout. And now I'm picking that up, but I'm using a sponge with some yellow on it. And so I'm adding just some yellow into the canvas to give it like a dream-like state. So as I'm picking up some of that sparkle and moving it around, I'm also adding some yellow. And then I'm off to go get a little bit darker yellow. So I'm going to cut that part of the sponge off because I don't want that sparkle on my ink pad. And now I'm just grabbing that darker yellow and putting it around randomly, again going toward the outsides so it's not all in the middle, and really blending it all together. I'm wiping it right over those words from Tim Holtz and right over that dictionary. So as I'm doing that, I kind of swiped the clock and it wasn't sticky enough with just that sticker, so I'm putting it on with some glue now. So you could see that's the, well, when I moved it, you could see some of the sparkle, the mica, and now I'm going to get that pink. And this, Aerith, thank you so much for your inspiration. This is exactly what needed to happen. So I'm putting that pink all around wherever I want it, and now I'm just blending that in, and it really brings that dreamy kind of galaxy look to this piece. So I'm adding it wherever I see needs it. I have two different sponges, one with the pink and one to kind of blend. So there we go. So now I've added all the color, and that was again Heidi Swap. It looks really nice, but the dream with actions wording is a little muddled again. Apparently I'm going to add some gems, just the clear gems throughout. I thought that was one of the last things I did. But I just put, I think, about 5 of them. Here I like to do odd numbers when I'm putting down different kinds of sparkle. So looking good so far, and now I'm looking all over for that ink pen, the Jane Davenport pen, because I cannot find it anywhere. So once I do finally find it, let's see, there it is. Now you'll see again, I'm just going over, and it's so great because it just goes over anything. It goes over all that acrylic. It went over all the sparkle, and it's right back to that blue again. You could really see it pop out now. You see the words dream as opposed to the word action. One pops out a little bit better than the other. And now I'm going to add that blue again. These pens are great. I went looking for the mermaid pens. They're still out of stock. I can't find them anywhere. If you know where to find them, let me know. So that is that. I've now picked up another mermaid pen. This one is white. And I did this for a couple reasons. I wanted to see if it covered as well. The white does not cover as well as the blue, but it does cover. It does a very nice job, and you can see those little dots just kind of pop out. So I'm adding random dots here and there. And now that's my finished product.
Give a thumbs up